Hello, my name is Liza, and today I'd like to share with you my Snowman Christmas tree. I've had this idea pinned on Pinterest for many moons. It was a more full-size snowman tree, but I thought I'd make a short one using DollarTree products. What you'll need are 3 of the microfiber cloths, some recycled Dollar Tree bags for stuffing, 3 of the 8-inch wreath rings, some foam core board, 1 of the garlands, a plunger, assorted florals, a tree collar, something to make your snowman hat. I had the tinsel, so I'm using the container, and a small plate that came in a package from Dollar Tree. You can paint, but I'm going to use checkered cardstock, a couple of buttons, and some ribbon. The first thing we're going to do is we need to make some squares out of the microfiber cloths. So basically I just take my rectangle and fold it into a square and I cut it off. And then I took that trim piece off and with some 2-sided tape, I know it sounds silly, but I just attached it to make an 18 by 18 inch square. It's eventually going to be cut off, but I have to work visually with a square, so that's how I piece my microfiber cloths together. So I have 2 of the 18-inch squares, and then of course I'm going to use one that's just the original square without piecing together. So here you can see, the 2-sided tape, and for temporary hold it worked perfectly. Next, I had to cut down my plunger a bit because it was too tall for the height of my snowman. And then I did take one of the outer rings off of the one wreath form because, of course, the head is going to be smaller. And then I traced them onto the foam cord and I cut 3 circles. And then I traced my plunger stick to make a center hole because we're going to be using the plunger to build the snowman. Next, I took the garland and I just wrapped it around all 3 of the wreath forms. And then I started to figure out how I was going to make it. So I put the plunger inside the collar, and then I laid one of the wreath forms on top of that. And then I took the foam core and I put it through. I wanted to see how that was going to work. And then I wanted to stuff it, of course. So I'm using my garbage bags, but I had to make a ring of garbage bags because I need to be able to put the plunger through. And then I took my microfiber cloth and I took a corner off the center so that I would form a hole. And I only did this for the 2 bottom portions. The top is going to be just a head with the hole on the bottom. And there you can see I stuck it through the plunger. And then I wrapped it all up and I picked everything up from the foam core up, flipped it upside down, and with a staple gun I started stapling all the way around and I trimmed off the excess fiber cloth. And I did that, repeated that again for the second layer. I did end up trimming some more and using some hot glue just to make it a little more flat. And then when it came to the head or the 3rd layer, like I said, I didn't make the hole through the top. I just made sure there was a hole in the bottom so the head would be resting right on top. Next, I took my floral and I divided it up between 3 rings. And I had some, like I said, it was just various. I took some buttons and I hot glued them to the center piece of the snowman. And I put some eyeballs and mouth buttons, and I used some felt for a nose. I did have to paint the buttons because Dollar Tree buttons are not all the same. Then this is where I was going to place my snowman, so let's build him together. So I put the bottom piece on with the flowers, then his butt, I guess, I don't know, his legs, and then his middle flower, and then the middle piece went on. And then the small ring goes on top of that. Oh, and then I had to still make his hat, so I painted the canister or a container from the garland and the plate black. I glued them together with hot glue, and I embellished it with the cardstock and some ribbon and a flower pick. To put the hat on top of the head, I did use a piece of Velcro, attach it to the plate and to the head because I didn't want to glue it because I'm going to have to pack this up, and I thought it would be easier to pack up if it was taken apart. And there he is, standing in my corner. Quarantino and I hope you enjoyed our project. If you did, please give our video a thumbs up, leave us a comment, and as always, if you aren't subscribing, please consider doing so. Quarantino and I will be back again soon with another project. Thanks for watching. Take care.